Hi, Brian Roth, voice of the Rams, along with Director of Athletics at Colorado State, Joe Parker. Joe, good seeing you. And, well, today it was announced that Colorado State and head football coach Mike Bobo have mutually agreed to part ways. And, Joe, kind of walk us through that process.
Sure, Brian. I'd like to, wish we were visiting under different circumstances, obviously. These moments are always tough decisions and certainly, have impact on people's lives. But what happened after the Boise State game was, Mike and I had a couple conversations through the weekend and started thinking about really the direction that the institution might want to go, and then also where he might want to carry his career forward. It's a testimony to who Mike Bobo is, because we started to really define what that could be and reached a good point, I think, for all parties concerned. Having said that, it's never easy. It's difficult. As I mentioned, Mike's a really special person, and I care for him, and it's hard to see us separate. But I think it's in the best interest of the program, and I think it gives him an opportunity to move forward with his career as well.
Following the Boise State game, I know Mike talking to the media, while looking at some of the progress the program has made under his leadership, he understands it's a bottom line business and it's about wins and losses. How hard was it for you guys to balance how highly regarded Mike is in the community and the integrity he has, and balance that with the challenges the football program has had in the past couple of years?
I hate the fact that we call it a bottom line business, but obviously, fan engagement, the people that are on the program are important to the financial health of the department and where we're trying to go as a university. And we were struggling through the season with that, and it was, I think, directly related to the outcomes on the field. And I saw so much progress with the way the team was playing with effort for Coach Bobo and his staff, that's what makes the difficult decisions really, really tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but at the same time, you've got to really look forward to the future and think about where you want to try and be as a program. We've talked a lot about being the preeminent program in the Mountain West, and obviously the last 2 seasons we haven't been able to demonstrate that on the field.
The terms of the mutually agreed separation, very uncommon. This is not common around college football. What does that say about the type of man Mike Bobo is?
We've seen it repeatedly with Mike. You remember after the 3-9 season, that outcome, he called me the day after Thanksgiving to say that he wanted to forego his scheduled raise and his employment agreement. I'd never seen that before, so in many ways it wasn't surprising to me that Mike wanted to work to an agreement that would provide a little more flexibility for the university, still give him an opportunity to address his needs as it relates to his family and pivot and move on. So it just speaks to the high integrity individual that Mike is, and I can't say enough about that. I mean, we're where we're at because of Mike's willingness to work with the university.
All right, well, let's look towards the future, and a national coaching search is already underway here to find the next head football coach at Colorado State University. Joe, what are you looking for in the next leader of these young student athletes?
Yeah, I want to reflect a little bit on the good work that Mike Bobo has done on our behalf. I think there's a lot of talent in the locker room. I think there's great leadership embedded in the locker room. I think culturally the team made some great advances this year. So what do I want to find? I want to find someone that can really understand where we want to take this program. As I mentioned, I think we are as a university, I think we're one of the strongest universities in the Mountain West as it relates to the strength of our academy. I think our athletic programs across the board are performing well. We need football to really help us become what I'd said before, the preeminent program in the Mountain West. So I want someone who's been a proven leader, that has more than likely had some strong head coaching experience, that has understood all the questions and challenges that they're going to encounter, and has really managed the strategies in order to move forward in those situations. So I'm encouraged. There's been a lot of interest in the job already, and we're gonna get drilled down really hard on trying to find someone who's going to take us to the next level here.
Times like these in transition, they're tough times. Certainly, what are you looking for at a time like this?
Transitions are tough, right? So my first concern now is really just focusing on our students that are part of the football roster. I want them to gain some level of comfort that we're going to work hard to get this right, to find someone that they'll have confidence and trust in, just as they had Mike. And that's someone's going to really focus a lot of love and care on what they're doing, but also I want someone that's going to have high expectations and challenge them to reach their potential. So I'm looking forward to what's ahead, and we're going to try and move as quickly as we possibly can.
Yeah, in regards to that, to dovetail off that, I know Ram fans are probably excited to understand and know who's the next football coach here at Colorado State. What is the timetable?
Well, I feel really good about trying to operate with a high level of confidentiality. I want to make sure that we are really attentive to that. That helps with your candidate pool if you can preserve that. Timeline, we're going to work with Ernest, and we're going to work hard through this coming weekend and the early part of next week. And I can't really define an exact timeline, but there's also a signing date that's coming up on December 18th. So we want to make sure that we have a leader in place that can help us, be in the active business of trying to find prospects that want to play for Colorado State, hopefully before that signing day.
You bet, Joe. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Is there anything you'd like to finish up with?
Sure, Brian. I just want to add a real personal thank you to Mike Bobo and his staff. I think they've done a tremendous job that maybe wasn't easy for our fans to witness firsthand and see the progress made. And I also want to make mention to our fans. I think it's important for them to understand that they're an integral part of what we do here at Colorado State, and we need them to be engaged. When we identify a new leader for our football program, my expectation is that they'll rally around that person and support them fully.
You bet, Joe. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
All right, Director of Athletics, Joe Parker.